Fulton J. Sheen warned that the greatest danger to society was not merely a political system, but a worldview that denies God, distorts the human person, and replaces charity with power. In his Way of the Cross for Communists, Sheen uses the Passion of Christ to expose how ideologies, especially atheistic and materialistic ones, inevitably harm humanity. Communism is still taking hold today under socialism, progressive ideology, and a planned one-world order, so the errors Sheen confronted remain alive in modern political, cultural, and social structures. The Stations of the Cross reveal how humanity continues to misunderstand freedom, dignity, justice, and love. Each station becomes a mirror, showing how society still repeats the same mistakes, often under new names and slogans. The Way of the Cross for Communists, a contemporary meditation inspired by Fulton J. Sheen from his book Justice and Charity. The first station, Jesus is condemned to death. Jesus is condemned not because he is guilty, but because truth is inconvenient. Political authority chooses public pressure over justice. Today, society continues to condemn truth whenever moral principles conflict with popular opinion or ideological goals. Political systems increasingly redefine truth according to power, polling, or cultural trends rather than objective reality. Faith-based moral convictions are often labeled as intolerant, dangerous, or regressive, effectively placing Christ on trial once again. When laws punish conscience, when speech is silenced for being unpopular, and when moral absolutes are replaced by shifting narratives, society repeats the injustice of Pilate, washing its hands while condemning innocence. The second station, Jesus takes up his cross. Jesus freely accepts the cross out of love. His suffering is chosen, not imposed. Modern systems frequently misunderstand freedom by confusing it with control. Governments, institutions, and movements often claim to act for the good of the people while forcing compliance, suppressing dissent, and eroding personal responsibility. Sacrifice is demanded but rarely shared by those in power. Society still gets it wrong when obedience is enforced without love, when conformity replaces conscience, and when individuals are treated as tools for ideological goals rather than moral agents capable of choosing truth. The third station, Jesus falls for the first time. Sheen argued that communism emerged partly because Christian societies failed to live justice and charity. Today, similar failures persist. Economic systems often prioritize profit over people, while political systems promise salvation through policy rather than virtue. When society attempts to fix moral wounds with technical solutions alone, ignoring sin, selfishness, and greed, it repeats the same fall. The refusal to acknowledge spiritual roots of social problems leads to repeated collapse. The fourth station, Jesus meets his Blessed Mother. Mary's silent suffering reflects the pain of families and faith traditions wounded by ideology. Today, families remain under attack, not always through violence, but through cultural erosion. Marriage is redefined, parenthood is minimized, and moral formation is outsourced to institutions that often reject spiritual truth. Political systems continue to fail when they treat families as obstacles rather than foundations. When the state replaces parents as moral authority and faith is removed from formation, society weakens itself at the root. The fifth station, Simon helps Jesus to carry his cross. Simon is forced into service, yet his encounter with Christ changes him. Modern society still forces participation through economic pressure, social coercion, or institutional mandates, without fostering moral understanding. Many comply outwardly while remaining inwardly disconnected from truth. Yet this station also offers hope. Even today, people who reluctantly engage with faith, service, or suffering often discover deeper meaning. Systems fail when they coerce without conversion, but individuals still change when they encounter Christ personally. The sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. Today's world often confuses compassion with affirmation. Political and social movements may claim to act mercifully while denying truth about human nature, morality, or responsibility. True compassion, however, does not erase truth. It responds to suffering with love grounded in reality. Society gets it wrong when empathy is weaponized to silence moral clarity, or when kindness is separated from truth. Veronica reminds us that charity must reveal Christ, not obscure him. The seventh station, Jesus falls, the second time. Modern political systems often repeat injustice while claiming moral superiority. Systems designed to promote equality frequently create new forms of inequality. Bureaucracies grow while individuals feel increasingly powerless and unseen. When human dignity is measured by usefulness, productivity, or ideological alignment, people are crushed under expectations they cannot bear. This second fall exposes the lie that systems alone can create justice without virtue. The eighth station, Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. Today, society often focuses on symptoms rather than causes. Political discourse emphasizes crisis management while ignoring moral decay. Violence, addiction, and despair are addressed with policy, but rarely with repentance or renewal. Christ's warning remains relevant. Unless hearts change, suffering multiplies. Systems fail when they treat human brokenness as merely technical or economic rather than spiritual. The ninth station, Jesus falls a third time. Modern persecution is not subtle and very real. Faith is marginalized in education, public life, and media. Believers may not face imprisonment, but they face ridicule, exclusion, and professional consequences for moral convictions. This station reveals the cost of discipleship in any age. Society gets it wrong when tolerance becomes selective and freedom applies only to approved beliefs. The 10th station, Jesus is stripped of his garments. Today, dignity is still violated when privacy is eroded, personal identity is reduced to data, and individuals are treated as numbers within systems. Surveillance, economic dependency, and digital exploitation echo the same stripping away of personhood. Political systems fail when they prioritize control over dignity and efficiency over humanity. The 11th station, Jesus is nailed to the cross. Modern society nails people to labels, political, racial, ideological, leaving no room for redemption or nuance. Public discourse increasingly crucifies opponents rather than engaging them. This station condemns systems that rely on punishment instead of mercy, and power instead of persuasion. Christ's prayer for forgiveness exposes the emptiness of vengeance-driven politics. The 12th station, Jesus dies on the cross. Christ's death contradicts every worldly definition of success. Today's culture glorifies power wealth, and influence. Sacrifice is viewed as failure unless it produces measurable gain. The cross exposes this lie, revealing that love, not dominance, transforms the world. Political systems still fail when they deny transcendence and attempt to build heaven on earth without God. The 13th station, Jesus is taken from the cross. Christ is returned to his mother, seemingly defeated. History shows that ideologies rooted in power eventually collapse, while faith quietly survives. Modern systems underestimate the endurance of truth and conscience. This station reminds us that even after suppression, faith revives. Human systems cannot destroy what God sustains. The 14th station, Jesus is laid in the tomb. The tomb appears final, but it is not. Today, society often believes that faith is obsolete, morality outdated, and truth relative. Yet resurrection always follows burial. Every attempt to bury God ultimately fails. The tomb stands as a warning to systems that claim final authority and as a promise that hope outlasts every ideology. Fulton J. Sheen's Way of the Cross confronts every age with the same question: will society be built on God or on power? Political systems change, but the human heart remains the battlefield. The cross exposes the limits of ideology and the necessity of charity. The world gets it wrong when it tries to save itself without God, and yet, through the cross, redemption remains possible, even for those who oppose him. It's time for the conversation that ties it all together. If you're in a group, now's the perfect time to grab your review questions and jump right into some awesome discussion. Share your thoughts, ask questions, and let's see what wisdom everyone brings to the table. The real magic happens when we learn from each other.